Okay, YouTube, this is what I got going on for my expenses. This is how I'm tracking them throughout, or month to month. So starting out in July, I have a total loss. Oh, don't mind this. Money brought in, money spent. It's opposite. I didn't bother changing it. I ended up changing it in, I think, September, just because I guess I could real quick change it over, but. And then do that. Oh, okay. In. Yeah, don't show. Anyway, just change that over real quick. So I spent 32 bucks buying a different extruder because mine was kind of dying. The Voxel Labs are known for having theirs go out, and because of that, I'd actually printed a different one, but it went out on me. So I bought a metal one, just figured get it over with. I'm gonna start this making a business, so I want to buy a metal one. Ended up having a problem where I moved my printer into a hotter room, so it ended up getting heat creep and making PLA too soft to print with. So I ended up just reprinting the printed extruder block or whatever. Some Capricorn tubing, some new nozzles. Pretty cheap that month, but still an expense. Then we go on to August. I bought some materials, some copper to go inside my aunt's house, and some PETG to go outside. PETG was for one job, the copper was for another job. They were for my aunt's house. I don't want to show too much on it. I made $200, but they were both custom designs, so I probably could have made more if I had talked to her. And I actually told her I wasn't going to charge a whole lot. I don't remember what I ended up deciding to charge her, but it wasn't a lot. Was not worth my time. The amount of time I spent trying to get this one right was ridiculous. However, it was ridiculous because I didn't know what I was doing. Still don't really, but it was mostly my fault, or it was all my fault. So, and it took way longer than I hoped. Anyway, she was very gracious and just gave me $200. I tried to turn around, but she's not someone you can easily say no to. So she's awesome. Love my aunt. Going on to September. Actually, finally had this correct, but money spent, money brought in. Didn't bring anything in. Bought new materials because these materials I had left with my brother because I was at his house when printing. I was just using his printer because I was out of state where my brother lives. And so I was just printing on his machine and then bringing it over to my aunt's house. So bought more material to reprint some of the parts because this one I couldn't quite get the Overture to work on my brother's printer, so I ended up buying G-Tech and got a way better print and just sent it out to my aunt when I got home. Bought some shelving units. I showed that in my last video where I just have my printers and kind of all my supplies out in my garage now. Bought some more PLA. Bought some flexible resin because I still have some ideas with what I want to do with that. Haven't done anything yet, but I have some ideas, even ranging from quite a bit of stuff. One of the ideas I had, I don't think it's a very good money maker, but it could get my name out there more. My cousin has an old grill, but he got it for cheap and he doesn't want to get a new one because it works just fine. But it has a rubber kind of stopper for the lid when it closes down, so it doesn't like clang metal to metal. But he's missing one of the rubber stoppers, so I was thinking I could take it, design it up, and just print it in flexible resin. Though I could honestly probably print it in just PETG or something like that, or just flexible PLA, or not flexible PLA, just PLA, or just flexible. Frick, I can't remember just flexible filament. But I don't know how the temperatures would hold. I don't even know how the temperatures would hold on this flexible resin. I don't think it'll hold up well, but it's my cousin's. I'm sure I could print it and just go over there every now and then and see how it's doing and talk to him about it. Then I bought some nozzles. I'm trying to do a job right now. I can't talk too much about because the person wanted me to kind of keep it on the down low. They didn't want, we didn't sign an NDA or anything, but it's a good friend, so I didn't want to do anything. I don't want to talk about it until it's done. Once I am done, I'll share a video on how I kind of designed it, why it took so long, and some of the problems I faced with it. But so I got some 2mm nozzles, 3mm nozzles, 4mm nozzles, I think 6 and 8 ones as well. Then I bought some IPA. The cheapest I could find IPA, and I was trying for 99%, but I got 91%, which will work just fine for resin printing. The cheapest I could find it was at Walmart. They had the cheapest that I could find. I'm sure you could buy it in bulk, like, gallons maybe cheaper, but I couldn't find it anywhere. on Amazon or anything like that. So Walmart was actually the best place for me to buy that. Then I had to buy some wiring for my Voxelab Aquila machine. Aquila? I don't know. Because it had a problem. The connector to the X-axis it didn't have any, what is that, strain relief, so it just kept moving back and forth and ended up wearing itself out, so I had to replace that. And I overbought because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to just replace that one wire or, like, you know, cut it back, replace the tip, and plug it back in. So I bought, you know, a whole new cable and stuff to replace that one tip. I ended up replacing that one tip, so I didn't need the other ones. I could have sent them back to save money, but I'd like to have extra stuff, so especially if I'm starting a business, it might not be a bad idea to have some extra stuff, even if it's, you know, 10, 20 bucks or something like that. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Anyway, that month brought nothing in. This month, I haven't brought anything in either, but I haven't spent any money yet either, so yeah, it's give or take. I obviously want to bring money in, and I don't mind spending some money if I can bring some money in. Haven't done that. I put some of my own design up on Etsy, but it has received no sales. It's kind of a niche product that I posted on Facebook in some groups, but there's no takers. I don't know. There might be some groups I could try and find on Facebook and post for it more, but it's really something I just made for myself, so I posted it and hope anyone would get it. I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, as far as this expenses goes, once I get October, or once I actually create it, if I need to, like I said, I haven't spent any money this month for it, and then I'll put that one here. But this one just keeps track of, you know, this is my day-to-day in the month, and then this is my monthly. Eventually, I'll probably create a yearly, so it'll show me, you know, year by year, but that'll be down the line. Hopefully, I can see some positives before too long, but anyway, let's go to my Etsy. Let's see, my dashboard. So I have barely any views or visits, basically nothing. I only have one listing. I didn't want to print off a bunch of toys. That's cool, and that's what people do, and they love it, I'm sure. It's just not for me. So this is just a little knife cover. I really like it. It's really nice for me, but it is just for, you know, it's just for the knife. Just for this one knife. It's the Cooking Guy. Yes, I'm the Cooking Guy shop. Oops, just go to his knife shop. So it's just this knife. That's the Nakiri knife, the 7-inch. I happen to have this 8-inch. Oh no, that's the Sidekick right here. This 8-inch classic. I love the knife, but it didn't come with a cover. I think nowadays if you buy them, they do come with a cover. So that is way nice, but when I bought it, it didn't come with a cover, so that kind of sucked. So I 3D printed a whole cover. I have kids. I wanted that, make sure that's protected. I probably could have just printed something that just covered up the blade. You know, just like slid on, which I think that's what it kind of comes with now. But I didn't think about it at the time. I just found a design on Thingiverse that was kind of close to what I wanted, but it was kind of a catch-all for any knife. You just heat it up under hot water, put your knife in, and then press the sides together to kind of hold your knife. I didn't care for that, so I redesigned it completely from the ground up to fit this knife perfectly. It captures the tang and stuff. Way over designed. I easily could have, you know, like it's thicker here and it gets thinner here, but it's also thicker here and gets thinner down here as well. So like, and thicker here and thinner here. So it perfectly contours this blade, which is cool. It just fits it like a glove. Way over engineered. It just way more than it needs. Could have just made it thinner right here, so it just captures on the I guess the spine of this blade. Anyway, way over engineered, but it was cool to do and fun, and I learned a whole lot. So there's that. I do have my website down for printing. Nothing crazy here. Just have a few of my own designs, and I have some ways to, you know, get in contact with me and stuff. I do have a Altron Printing. If you look up on Google, this is where I'm at. I need to claim some credit and kind of push my stuff more, but it's nothing too crazy. It's just something that will hopefully kind of get me more views. You know, it says 2,000 views this month. No calls yet. I originally had this, and I had been called a couple of times, but nothing from that. I did get one that I had to sign an NDA for, and I wasn't able to complete that job. I didn't have the stuff, and I couldn't do it for as cheap as they wanted, unfortunately, because the guy was really cool and I wanted to work with him, but I couldn't make it work with the cost that he wanted to. So wasn't in the cards yet. Maybe as I get bigger, I can add something like that on, because it really wouldn't have been that big of a deal if I was a bigger shop, but because I'm just me right now, it's not likely. That's pretty much all I got for now. Thanks for watching my YouTube video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out. If you have any ideas or anything like that, let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, thanks a whole bunch. Remember who you are and make good choices.